Hello and welcome to Genesis Training. This is your trainer Kaustav. This video is about linear arrangement. When it comes to seating arrangement, there are two types of questions that you may get. One is linear arrangement, which is related to horizontal arrangements or vertical arrangements, and the second one is circular arrangement, which is obviously circular in nature. We'll deal with the circular arrangements in the next video. Here we are dealing with linear arrangements only. Let's start with the basics first. In linear arrangement, these are the three sentences which you will come across. A is two places to the right of B. There are two persons between X and Y, and P is adjacent to Q. Let's see how to get these arrangements so that we never make a mistake about it. A is two places to the right of B. Now, which one do you think is the correct answer? Some people would say the second one. Some people would say the fourth one. Very few people will say the third one. Nobody generally says the first one. And that is correct. First one is not the correct answer. So how to make sure that you never ever make a mistake in this? A is two places to the right of B. The first thing you do is you write down the reference. Who is the reference? The person after of is always the reference. In this case, that is B. Right of B. So B is the reference, put B first. After that, the direction, left or right. They have told the right of B. Now, a lot of people ask a very valid question. How do we know which side they are facing? Because if B is facing north, then B's right is this side. If B is facing south, then B's right will be this side. So, which side are they facing? Always remember, by default, you have to assume that everybody is facing north. That means their right is our right, their left is our left. Unless and until mentioned otherwise. So if nothing has been mentioned, everybody is facing north. So right of B. Right of B means A is towards this side of B. That obviously means that the first one is wrong, the second one is also wrong. A is towards this side of B. Now, how many places? They have told two places. Two places to the right always means 1 and then 2. Okay, so two places to the right means second place to the right. So the third one is correct, the fourth one is wrong. So always remember, two places to the right, second place to the right, or two places away to the right. All of them mean the same thing. There is no difference. The difference occurs when the statement says that there are two persons between X and Y. Here, two places to the right. Here, two persons between X and Y. So how would you write that? Obviously, most of the people, what they say is X dash dash Y. But a lot of people forget that another possibility of this statement is Y dash dash X. Because they have not mentioned who is to the left and who is to the right. So it could be X dash dash Y or Y dash dash X. Both of them are possible. Moral of the story, you should not be lazy when it comes to thinking of the possibilities. So the last one everybody would get correctly. P is adjacent to Q. That either means PQ or QP. Instead of adjacent, they can also write next to or beside. All of them mean the same thing, PQ or QP. Okay, so if you're 100% sure about these three statements, then 90% of your silly mistakes that you might make will go right out of the window. Let's start with the questions. Question number 1. A, B, C, D and E are sitting on a bench. Alright. A is sitting next to B. So how many people? 5 people. So let's draw 5 dashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A is sitting next to B. Okay. No idea towards the left or right. We'll keep it aside. C is sitting next to D. Again, no idea where. D is not sitting with E, who is on the left end of the bench. Now, a lot of people have this doubt, who is the who over here? Is it D or is it E? Always remember, the person mentioned just before the who is always the who. Okay, E, who is on the left end of the bench. So, E is right here, left end of the bench, and D is not sitting with E. So, D is not here. Negative information is just as important as positive information. Okay, Now B is not adjacent to C, who is on the second position from the right. C is on the second position from the right. So 1, 2. C is over here. B is not adjacent to C. So B will not be here. B will not be here either. So B will be right. Okay. Now starting from the beginning, A is sitting next to B. So obviously A will be over here and the only person left out is D over here. They have mentioned C is sitting next to D. D is not sitting with E, who is on the left end of the bench. Everything makes sense over here. Now the question is, in which position is A sitting? A is sitting between B and C, obviously. Answer is B. That's it. So, moral of the story over here, always remember the person just before the who is always the who. You don't have to get confused about that anymore. Let's move on. Question number 2. 6 people A, B, C, D, E and F are sitting in a row. Alpana and Fana are sitting adjacent to each other. That means that they can be sitting like this or like this. Both of them are possible. Chetan is 2 places to the right of Anna. Who's the reference? Anna. So we first write Anna. Chetan is 2 places to the right of Anna. So 1 and 2. We just discussed the similar example. Neither of them is sitting at the extreme ends. This gives rise to 2 possibilities. The first possibility is we can have 1 person here and 2 people here. They have mentioned that E and C, both of them are not at the extreme ends. This is one possibility. Another possibility is E over here dash C, 1 person here and 2 people here. Okay. So who will definitely come at these 2 adjacent places? Obviously A and F. So we have AF or FA. We have AF or FA. Okay. And they have told there is 1 person sitting between Alpana and Brahma. 1 person. So obviously Brahma will come here and Alpana will come here. Because if Alpana is here, then Fana will be here and Chetan will be here. And Brahma is here, then there will be 2 people between them. But they have told only 1 person sitting between Alpana and Brahma. So over here, this one will be Fana. Okay, same thing over here as well. Brahma will be here. So Alpana is here and Fana is here. The only 1 person remaining is Drona, who is here and here. The question is, who is sitting to the immediate right of Anna? In this case it is Brahma. In this case also it is Brahma. A lot of people in this question, they get the correct answer with only 1 possibility. That is okay, but there you are just getting lucky. You have to think of all the possibilities no matter what the question is. Okay, let's move on. Question number 3. This is one main question and there are 4 sub questions based on this. You can pause the video and try to solve it yourself and time it and then play it back again for the solution. Let's get to the solution. 7 friends A, B, C, D, E and F and G are sitting in a row. Bravo sits to the immediate left of Charlie. Okay, so Charlie is the reference over here. Charlie is over here. Bravo is to the immediate left of Charlie. Bravo is here. And third to the right of Alpha. Who? Bravo is third to the right of Alpha. So Alpha is third to the left of Bravo. So Bravo is over here. 1, 2 and Alpha over here. Bravo 3 places to the right. Whereas Delta, who sits at the extreme left, is next to Golf. So Delta is at the extreme left and it's next to Golf. So Golf could have been to the left of Delta or right of Delta, but they have already mentioned that Delta is at the extreme left. That means nobody can sit to the left of Delta. And the 2 people remaining over here are who? D, G, A, B, C done. A, B, C, E and F are remaining. So E here, F here or E here, F here. These are the possibilities. Let's start with the questions now. Who is sitting to the immediate right of Bravo? Immediate right of Bravo is Charlie. Answer is D. If Charlie and Golf exchange places with each other, okay, Charlie and Golf exchange places with each other, that means this is Charlie and this is Golf. Then who will be sitting to the immediate left of Alpha? Immediate left of Alpha would be Charlie. Again, the answer is Charlie. Let's move on to the third and fourth sub questions. We have to draw the diagram again. Who all did we have? Let's have a look. D, G, A, E, F, B, C. We had D, G, A, E, F, B, C. We have E, F, or we have E, F. And always remember one thing, whenever there is a change in a particular sub-question, that change is only applicable for that sub-question. For example, in the second sub-question, C and G exchanged places, but when we go to the third sub-question, we go back to the default arrangement. C and G are at their default positions itself. If only Bravo sits between Foxtrot and Charlie. Only Bravo sits between Foxtrot and Charlie. That means Foxtrot is definitely here and Echo is over here. So who is exactly in the middle of all of them? Obviously Echo is in the middle of all of them. If only Bravo sits between Foxtrot and Charlie. Answer is C. After that, go back to the default arrangement. We had F here and E here. After arranging all of them as per the given conditions, Alpha now exchanges its place with Delta. Alpha exchanges its place with Delta and Charlie exchanges his position with Echo. Now the issue over here is there is no proper place for Echo. So Charlie can sit here or here. But Echo has only one place to go to, that is this one. So the new arrangement will be, this is A, G, D. This one will have C or F. This one will have F or C. This one is B and this one is E. This is the arrangement. Okay. Now the question is, how many persons will be there between Echo and Alpha? Between Echo and Alpha, how many people are there? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 people. 7 also a lot of people mark, that is because they include Echo and Alpha both. But they have just told between them. So only between them there are 5 people. That's it. Let's move on. So the only takeaway from here is, whenever you have such multiple sub-questions, one of the sub-questions is bound to change the arrangement in some way. But you have to remember that change is only for that particular sub-question. Question number 4. In an exhibition, 7 cars of different companies, Cadillac, Ambassador, Fiat, Maruti, Mercedes, Bedford and Fargo are standing facing east. One trick I'll tell you, when all the cars or everybody is facing one direction itself, no matter what direction that is, you can just assume that they are facing the north direction. Because if everybody is facing the same direction, then their right and left will be the same as our right and left. So we can just assume that everybody is facing north. How many cars? 7 cars. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Cadillac is next to right of Fargo. We have no idea where Fargo is. Let's move forward. Fargo is 4th to the right of Fiat. We have no idea where Fiat is. Let's move along. Maruti car is between Ambassador and Bedford. We have no idea where Ambassador and Bedford are. Fiat is at one end. Okay. Fiat is at one end, so we can have Fiat either here or here. Now what do we know about Fiat? They have told Fargo is 4th to the right of Fiat. If there is something to the right of Fiat, that means obviously Fiat cannot be at the extreme right. So this one is gone. This is Fiat. and Fargo is fourth to the right of Fiat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Fargo over here. Okay. Now what do we know about Fargo? Cadillac is next to right of Fargo. Fargo is here, so the Cadillac is here. Next right. And what have they told? Maruti car is between Ambassador and Bedford. That means obviously Maruti is here, Ambassador will be here, Bedford is here, or Ambassador is over here, Bedford is here. This is Maruti. And the only one car that is remaining is the Mercedes. This is what we have. Alright. Question number 1. Which of the cars are on both the sides of the Cadillac? Cadillac is over here. Both the sides are Fargo and Mercedes. Fargo and Mercedes, we have C as the answer. Fargo and Mercedes. Alright. Question number 2. Which of the following statements can be correct? Can be. A says Maruti is next left of the Ambassador. Maruti may be next left to the Ambassador. Yes, next left of the Ambassador. So Ambassador may be here and Maruti can be to the left of Ambassador. Yes, pretty possible. B says Bedford is next left of Fiat. Nobody is to the left of Fiat. Fiat is at the extreme left. So B is definitely gone. C says Bedford is at one end. No, Bedford is somewhere over here. Never in the end. C is gone. Fiat is second to the right of Maruti. Fiat is second to the left of Maruti, not right. So D is also gone. The only thing remaining is A. That is the answer. Okay. So moral of the story over here is, first of all, whenever nothing has been mentioned or the direction has not been mentioned, by default we assume that everybody is facing north. Second, over here, if everybody is facing the same direction, we can assume that they are facing north. Another thing, whenever there is a change in the arrangement in a particular sub-question, that change is applicable only for that particular sub-question. When you move on to the next or the previous sub-question, you have to go back to the default arrangement. And never be lazy when it comes to possibilities. A lot of times you may end up getting the wrong answer just because you were too lazy to think of all the possibilities. Okay, so that's it for this video when it comes to linear arrangement. Thank you so much.